Yeah, we're going to tie a nice little dry fly called the black ant. It only has two materials, black thread and some hackle. And it's a good beginner fly because it gets you used to wrapping thread on a hook. So I'm going to start in the middle of the hook with some wraps. I'm going to wrap back to the bend. This is going to be forming the abdomen of our fly. And then I'm going to go forward. And I want to build my thread wraps up high so that I have formed a thorax. I'm going to get rid of this tag end. I don't need that anymore. So I'm just going to build the center of the thorax thicker than the back end and the front end. And it takes a little practice to do this. Your thread is going to want to kind of slide downhill. But you can see I'm gradually building up the middle part of this fly. And I have not gone very far in front of the middle of that hook shank. It takes quite a few wraps to get it the way you want it. It's just a gradual process. I'm going to just keep wrapping until I have a pronounced abdomen. I'm not too far off now. I want to make it a little bit more pronounced. So if my thread wanted to slide downhill, that's going to be something it wants to do. I'm going to try to get it back up into the middle. I'm building that up, building it up. I'm getting pretty close. I'm going to build that just about to, okay, now I'm going to go forward. I'm going to let my bobbin hang, and I'm going to attach a little hackle, and this is going to act as a means for the fly to kind of stay off the surface of the water. If you notice, I'm going to tie that on. I'm going to leave some of I've stripped it so I have some stem showing. I'm going to tie that on below where the feather starts so that when I make my first wraps, then they should, if it works the way I want it to work, the wraps will be at a 90-degree angle to the hook shank. Stand up nice and straight, and that helps keep the fly off the surface skin of the water. So I'm going to grab my hackle plier here. I've got my hackle attached, and I'm going to make sure that hackle kind of stays straight. I don't want it to twist on me. And as I wrap that, then those hackle barbs are going the way I want them to go. They're going vertical to the hook shank, and you only need 2 or 3 wraps. So I'm going to try to get that tied off. I'm going to make 2 or 3 wraps, and then I'm going to nip that hackle. I'm going to kind of make sure that holds back, and now I'm going to wrap forward up toward the eye, and I've got to do the same thing I did at the back of it. I'm going to build up the thorax in front of the hackle, like I built up the abdomen on the back end of the fly. And it just takes some wraps to do that. And like before, it's kind of boring. You just wrap until you've got the size of a thorax you want. And I'm not getting too far off. I've caught a couple I'm going to nip those that I have caught. I'm going to nip those off. I had plenty of hackle wraps, so I'm getting pretty close here to where I want to wrap it up. And now I'm just going to half hitch that off. Hitches here. I'm going to try and pull that tight, snub it up, and get rid of my thread now. And on this particular fly, I like to use head cement. I don't use that on a lot of flies, but this one, it puts a coating on the thread wraps, and it seals those thread wraps off so that the water will not penetrate the thread, make it heavier than it should be. Be careful you don't get it in the eye of your hook. I don't have a rotary vise, so I can't see what I'm doing here. I got it on front half, I got it on the thorax. Now I'm going to try and get it back here on the abdomen. And let that dry, and that is a very, very simple but effective fly, especially in the late spring and summer and early fall months when terrestrials are dropping off into the top of the water. And that is a black ant. I'm going to zoom that up a little bit.
There you go.
That is a black ant.